We're getting updates now that a notice is set to be issued to RCB, the franchise concerned, KSCA, the state association concerned, as part of the magisterial probe that has been ordered by the state government. Bengaluru DC has confirmed to CNN News 18 that as part of this probe, they will issue the notice not just to these two cricket bodies but also to DPAR and BMRCL.
Inspected the spots where this unfortunate tragedy took place prima facie. What are the aspects you would be looking into, sir?
Yeah, I visited all the gates where people are suffered so much. I take a situation of the ground reality of the stadium. I have to analyze all the CCTV footages and events in going on yesterday gone there. After that, I will issue notice to some institutions and persons. I issue public notice to public to give their evidence. I will collect evidence on 13th of this month.
Also, likelihood of RCB, KSCA and others being given notice?
I will issue notice to KSCA, RCB, Police Department, Police Commissionerate, and some other departments also, Metro
BMRCL.
Department, BMRCL, and other departments also. I will visit Vidhan Saudha. I will spot visit to Vidhan Saudha. I will issue notice to DPR people also. They gave permission there only.
So this probe will not just look at what happened at Chinnaswamy, but also the events that happened near Vidhan Saudha, inside Vidhan Saudha also.
I have to analyze that. I will not give any judgment now.
Sure, sir. Thank you for speaking to us. There you go. The Bengaluru DC was the person who's heading this magisterial probe, saying that they will be issuing a notice to RCB and KSCA as well in this probe. With camera person Riyaz, Harish Upadhya.
Harish is joining us live as well. Harish, the investigations will begin promptly, but of course, parallelly, a High Court hearing is all set to take place as well. The main demand of many of the people, whether it's just the opposition or the civil citizens, seems to be that there needs to be a judicial monitored court. A retired justice should be heading a probe.
In fact, the BJP is asking for a sitting judge to head that probe panel. A few others have asked for an independent probe. A few others, as you mentioned, are asking for a court-monitored probe. But this particular magisterial inquiry, at least from what the DC is telling us, is looking at various aspects. The fact that they are now issuing notices to BMRCL and DPR is an indication that they are looking at the role of BMRCL. Did they regulate the crowd properly, or was there better communication between the police and the metro authorities in regulating the crowd, movement of the crowd? Why was the gate closed at 4:30, much after the entire crowd had gathered here? The DPR, remember, they were the guys who had sought police opinion. They managed Vidhan Saudha. And if they have given permission to that particular event, were there objections from the police force, and also when did KSCA write to them? Because the letter that CNN News 18 has exclusively access shows us that on the 3rd itself, KSCA had returned to the DPAR. DPR had in turn written a letter to the police seeking their opinion. So that entire sequence of events will be seen, and possibly this magisterial probe has to give some sort of a definite answer on who requested this event at Chinnaswamy Stadium, what was the internal either objections or opinion of the police department, and if anybody made a file noting on who went ahead, overruled it, or pressurized the police department to give permission for this.
So, if this was planned beforehand, even though it was just June 3, still only a day before, but well before, let's say, the result was going to be out, and the police was unsure about being able to hold this, where do you think it went wrong? In the sense, how could things have transpired so quickly that despite the police not giving a clear go-ahead, things were being announced and already planned? And one has to obviously assume that the state government was complicit, because one was a state government event at Vidhan Saudha and the Deputy Chief Minister was also there at the private event being held at the Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Well, what seems to have happened is there was definitely objection from the police department. But this was seen as an event that was pride of Bengaluru. The city had won the cup, and it would have been a very unpopular decision for the Karnataka government to not allow it. Let's also not allow the opposition to get away scot-free here. When the decision came that this open bus parade will not be allowed, both the JDS and the BJP took to Twitter, took to X and criticized the government, saying thousands of people wanted to get a glimpse of their stars and the Home Minister is in a way pouring cold water over it and is not allowing that, he's dashing their hopes. So they have said that, and the tone changed after this entire stampede took place. But the fact here is there was chaos. On the one hand, RCB said free passes are allowed, please download. You had people at the gates and they were being told it's almost on first come first serve basis, so people started queuing up. So there was no clear communication at all. Add to that, you had terrible network, the servers were down, the network got jammed because of 2-3 lakh people assembling here. When all this was happening, what was really missing is the fact that there was no crowd control.
Yes.
How did so many people land up on this small stretch of road without any barricade, monitoring how many people come here, stopping metro stations? All this started a good around 4:30. By then it was too late. And this is not something new to Bangalore Police. Just down the road on MG Road, Brigade Road Junction, every New Year's Eve, they control a similar crowd or a little lesser crowd, and that happens very effectively. But this time around, was it because of not having enough time? I was speaking to a few officers and they tell me that ideally this needed at least 1 or 2 days time to mobilize enough manpower, plan the routes, plan the exit and entry in the stadium,
Yes.
and also have enough barricades, which will be the holding area, and ensure that at no point in time that crowd crosses a threshold which the police can't handle.
Stay with me.